right. Okay. Okay. So basically today we'll just be looking at, how to um create a detailed paragraph or a paragraph whereby you are not, writing ideas or you're not writing statements with repetitive ideas. And so that's the whole goal of this session. My name is Golden, and all through this session, you can call me Golden, and that's totally fine. If you have any questions, just feel free to stop me, and welcome to our session today. So, creating paragraphs, right? And how do we create paragraphs that do not contain repetitive ideas, right? There are many times students will write a paragraph or write an essay, and then sometimes they'll say things like, you know what, I think I'm just saying the same thing over and over again, right? How do I create
Mhm.
this paragraph whereby I'm developing an idea without repeating myself? So I'm just gonna ask you, Michael, have you ever experienced that before?
Yes, I have, a few times.
Yeah. And yes, right. So I just want to tell you that there are actually methods, just like practical steps that students can take to avoid those kinds of issues, right? Even though those methods might seem like very slow, right? It seems like it's delaying the whole writing process, but I want to say that those processes are valuable. So the goal is this: why do we write detailed paragraphs? Why must we write detailed paragraphs as college students? Right. So that's because there are some assumptions, there are some academic assumptions behind creating a detailed body paragraph, or there are some academic assumptions behind creating a paragraph that is non-repetitive. Right. So the first assumption is academic writing is a conversation between a researcher and a scholarly audience, right? So when you're writing your essay, the goal is that when you create a detailed paragraph, you are, you're proving to a scholarly audience that you have crucial background and evidential knowledge of your subject, right? So when your paragraph is well detailed without those repetitive ideas, you are actually proving to your audience that you have valuable information and you have crucial background concerning what you're talking about, right? Like in lay terms, we'll say that you know what you're talking about, right? When we see those later, but when we see those non-repetitive paragraphs. But then when scholars read an essay and they feel like, you're just saying the same thing over and over again, they'll feel like you do not have a robust knowledge of your topic, right? So a detailed paragraph is necessary to prove that you understand your audience's bias and assumption. So whenever we're writing an essay, right? One thing we have to put into perspective is the audience's assumptions, right? So imagine you're writing an essay. The goal is this, right? That while you're writing your essay, you're also thinking for your audience, right? You're also writing as an audience, right? So you're also thinking, what are some of the possible questions that my audience, might ask concerning this idea I'm writing about, right? What are some things they might ask? What are some things that they might feel like, what, this is still missing? You need to explain further, right? So, what are some questions that my audience would probably ask, right? So, when you have to write a detailed paragraph, you must write with those perspective in mind that your audience would have questions concerning your work, and your paragraphs should be answering those questions, right? And then the other assumption is that academic writing is also a conversation with a curious or say skeptical audience, right? A curious or a skeptical audience, right? So there's some audience that would read your work that are not necessarily they're not necessarily scholars, but they're interested in your idea, right? Even as a business person, as someone like you know, Michael, you're into business, right? There are some people that I'm sure you might maybe probably have some customers in your business that they're like, oh, we love your product, you know, we're deeply interested in this. But there are some other customers that, okay, we don't know yet, we're just curious about what you have, right? Just want to taste and see, right? So yes, so we have those kinds of audience too when it comes to writing, and you must put those kinds of audience into perspective, right? So it means that when you're writing your essay, you must prove that you have deep knowledge concerning your essay, you concerning your topic, and also you must also try to provide detailed information as if you're writing to a baby. Do you get it? Someone that has no knowledge concerning your topic, right? So this always that's always some of the issues that many students face, right? Sometimes they write as if they are writing to an audience that already knows their mind, right?
Yeah,
No.
that's right, because even a few of the assignments that I've had already, my professor's like, I need you to go a little deeper, a little bit more
Yes.
detail. And so it is kind of I have to keep that in mind, that I'm writing to someone that I'm presenting fresh information to. They have no knowledge of what
Yes.
I'm talking about. So yeah, I that's
Exactly.
okay.
That's so true, and that's well said, right? So you're writing like this is fresh knowledge for your audience, right? So that's it, right? So again, so that those are the things. So this is it, right? Therefore, right? Always imagine your professor as your audience, right? Your professor is not just someone that grades your work, right? Your professor is an audience. So your professor is grading your work based on how well you're able to communicate your ideas to a vast majority of audience, right? Or different kinds of audience. So that's the goal, right? So your professor is not just someone grading your work, but your professor is also your audience or your first audience, right? So now, many times, I think we've talked about this, right? The standard error in many paragraphs is the secular reasoning, right? So a secular reasoning is the same thing as having repetitive ideas in your paragraph, right? You're just saying the same thing over and over again, but in different ways, right? So let's look at this example, right? Even though the students, I'll say that this students' use of language is actually, this students' use of words, it seems sophisticated, right? It sounds formal. But then if you read deeper into this essay, this short excerpt here, you realize something, right? So can you read it? And can you realize that this student is just repeating
Oh,
himself?
for sure. Quality sleep is beneficial for strong focus levels. When individuals achieve adequate rest, they often find it easier to concentrate on tasks throughout the day. Sleep serves as a critical component for cognitive functioning and enhancing one's ability to maintain attention. Without sufficient sleep, yeah, frequent struggle to keep their minds on the job, showcasing mental acuity and a sense they can actually. Right. Okay. So yeah, it's basically, yeah, you're saying the same thing and you just reworded it. Yeah.
Yes, right. Good.
Yeah.
You see that? Right.
Yeah.
The first sentence here, quality sleep is beneficial for strong focus level. That's the topic sentence. That's the main point of this paragraph. But then we go to the next sentence. When individuals achieve adequate rest, they often find it easier to concentrate on tasks throughout the day. Same thing as strong focus level. Sleep serves as a crucial component for cognitive functioning, enhancing one's ability to maintain attention. Same point as the previous. Without sufficient sleep, people frequently struggle to keep their minds on the job, showcasing reduced mental acuity. Same thing. Mental acuity means focus, right? So this student is saying the same thing, but in different ways. And many times, students experience this challenge, right? So how do we avoid all of this, right? The main thing is this. The biggest way to avoid this is to write with your audience in view, right? You should write your essays with your audience in view. Because if an audience reads this, they'll be like, no, you're saying the same thing over and over again, right? Can you explain your points further, right? So now, how do we go about this? How do we achieve a paragraph or a body paragraph in an essay that is non-repetitive, right? So there's what we call, when we are creating our essays, right? There are three processes towards creating or crafting an essay. So we have the pre-construction level, we have the construction level, and we have the post-construction. But to create a non-repetitive body paragraph, the biggest focus should be on the pre-construction level, right? And that's all we're going to focus on in this session, right? So the pre-construction level, this is where, you have your thesis statement for your essay, you construct your thesis statement, and then you should have your outline, right? And then you should, find sources and evidence, right? Or find supporting evidence to justify your claims, right? So, but then the biggest aspect, even aside from the thesis statement, the biggest aspect that actually contributes to creating a non-repetitive paragraph is your outline. And when I say outline, right, I don't mean like, we just put that outline in there with those bullet points and that's it, right? No, I'm talking about creating a non-repetitive paragraph starts with crafting a solid outline with unique sub-points, right? You're not just all in the outline for your paragraph should contain unique sub-points. That's where it all starts, right? Once you can achieve creating that outline with unique sub-points, automatically you would avoid a repetitive body paragraph automatically, right? In fact, you would not need to repeat ideas, right? So let's look at this, right? So let's imagine I have a body paragraph, right? So let me just share a new screen. Okay, I'm going to share this. So let's imagine, sorry. So I have my body paragraph, right? Let's imagine I have a body paragraph. So whenever you're writing your essay, you should have something like, normally you have the introduction, in most cases, introduction, 3 body paragraph, and a conclusion, right? So when you have your body paragraph, right, the body paragraph is where you explain the crux of your argument, right? So can you tell me, for a body paragraph, what's the first part of a body paragraph?
Your opening statement.
Your opening statement, good, right? Or some people will call it the topic sentence or the main points, right? So you should have your topic sentence, right? So let's imagine the topic sentence that we have here is, quality. Let's use that quality sleep, right? Quality sleep. Sorry, give me 1 second. Let me just go back here to look for it. So remember we had like this thesis statement. Okay, so we had this thesis statement, right? All right, so let's imagine this is our thesis statement. So we have thesis statement right here. Getting enough quality sleep is crucial for college students because it helps them concentrate better, enhances their productivity, and lowers stress level, right? So this is the thesis statement with 3 points. So it means that, probably because of this thesis statement, you need, 3 body paragraphs. So let's just stick to these ones for now, right? Body paragraph A. So your first body paragraph will discuss the first points in the thesis statement. So Michael, what's the first point in this thesis statement? The first point. If you look at this thesis statement, what do you think the first point is?
Getting quality sleep, getting enough quality sleep for to help concentrate.
Yes, good, right? Getting so so the first topic sentence will talk about, getting enough quality sleep is crucial for college students because it helps them concentrate better, right? And the second one can talk about, getting quality sleep because it's what enhances productivity.
Right.
Yeah. And then the third one is, lowers stress level.
Or stress level.
All right. You see that? So it's something like that. All right. So if we have this, now the question is this: many students sometimes would have their 3 body paragraphs, they have their thesis statement, but the big problem is how do I turn this one sentence, right, into a whole paragraph? How do I develop this one sentence into a whole paragraph without what? Without repeating myself, right? How do I come up with 10 other sentences? Okay.
So looking for getting information through your research that would support that that statement.
Yes, good. Good. And that's it. Right? So that's what you want to do. But the first thing you should try to do, the one thing you want to do first, like this is on the background, right? This is not your sub point. Remember, we said that to create a paragraph that is not repetitive, you need to have paragraphs that contains unique sub points, right? So the first thing you want to do is you want to ask open-ended questions. Right? Based on your topic sentence. So that's the first thing. You're asking open-ended questions based on your topic sentence. So if we have this open-ended question here, right here, so basically to ask open-ended question means that you are asking a questions that requires a descriptive answer. So you start your question with words such as what, why, how, who, when, where, as needed.
Right.
Yes, exactly. Right. So that's what you want to do there. And then, so again, in most cases, you just want to think through, which of these questions really fit, right? So you want to ask those questions, right? So getting enough sleep. So based on your topic sentence, you want to ask that question. It says here, getting enough quality sleep is crucial for college students because it helps them concentrate better, right? So if I were writing this essay, my open-ended question would be, how does getting enough sleep, maybe just shorten it, you can shorten it, help college students concentrate what? Better. How does that even happen? right? That's one thing you want to ask those questions first, right? And I always tell students, ask all the questions that you want. Another thing, another aspect is, aside from asking these open-ended questions, you know what, let me just tag them, right? Another thing you want to also do is, there's something else, right? Another thing you want to do is apply, you know, find opportunity. I always call it the opportunities, right? To apply, to indicate the effect of the object matter. You know, normally we say subject matter, right? But now in this case is the object matter, right? So in this case, the object matter here is, so if you look at it, it says getting enough quality sleep is crucial for college students because it helps them concentrate better, right? But then we want to think through the effects, right? We want to ask questions based on the effects, right, of the object matter. And what's the object matter here? The object matter is not getting enough quality sleep, no. The object matter is not, you know, it being crucial for college students, no. The object matter is what? Help
Concentrating.
them concentrate better, right? So the question you want to ask here is, so even based on this, how, you know, so remember it's effects, right? So what are the what? Effects, or we could say positive effects, right? Of what? Can you complete it? Effects of what?
What are the positive effects of concentrating better, or better concentration?
Yes, yes, but then we have to add the of the audience, right? Of college students concentrating what? Better. Do you see that? Right? So that's another question, right? So that's it. And then another thing you want to do is this, right? You want to find opportunity to indicate examples, or some will call it case study examples, right? As you want, right? So maybe you want to provide some statistical data or something that shows, you know, students who sleep better. Depends on you. You might want it, you might not, right? So maybe for me, I might say, you know what, I really want to put it, right? You know, what are some, you know, statistical data on students that concentrate better, right? Due to what? Quality sleep. So that's it. Yeah. So do you see that? So you're asking all
Yes.
of these questions first, right? You're asking all of these questions first, right? But then you're using this as a strategy to ask all your questions, right? So this is your strategy for asking all your questions. So you're asking open-ended question based on your topic sentence, right? Why does getting enough sleep help college students concentrate better? Or how? How does that even happen? Right? What happened? Like, what's the connection between quality sleep and concentration, right? You want to explain that to your audience. You want to explain that to your skeptic, to your curious audience, to, all your audience out there, right? And then you want to also discuss the positive effects of college students concentrating better. All right. Now, but remember, these are not your sub points. These are just the questions, right? So your sub points would be what? The answers to the question. The answers to your question is the sub point, right? Sub point is the answer to the questions. So I want you to do something for me, right? On your phone, right? We just conduct, sometimes you might need to conduct a research, but on your phone right there or somewhere, if you have a system, I want you to conduct a research. So you want to answer, how does getting enough sleep help college students concentrate better? I'm sure you might have different answers.
Okay.
Mhm.
Setting a regular sleep schedule, avoiding distractions in the bedroom, assuring you get enough sleep at night. That's one, but let's see.
Okay, but Michael, what you're saying sounds good, but then what it seems like the answer you're getting is, how can we practice quality sleep, right?
Right.
But the question is, how does getting enough sleep help help college students concentrate better?
It allows your brain to properly consolidate memory,
Woo.
which which means information learned during the day is better stored and readily accessible when needed,
Good,
leading to improved recall and focus during class or while studying.
good,
Yeah.
good,
Okay.
good, good. So that's
Um,
good. What else?
reduce fatigue.
And
Um,
people call it brain fatigue, right?
right. Yeah. Yeah. Um, so it says, let's see. Well, that basic. Okay. Well, yeah, lack of sleep leads to daytime fatigue, making it difficult to focus and stay alert during lectures or study
Yes.
sessions.
Okay.
Good sleep can help regulate stress levels, which can otherwise impair concentration.
Okay. Right. So even another support, even though later we're going to talk about it, right? So increase what? Stress level
Mm-hmm. Right.
can impair concentration, right? Even though
Right.
another paragraph is going to talk about stress level, it's still okay for you to discuss increased
Okay.
stress level and its impact on concentration. So that's still
Okay.
fine,
Okay.
right? So that's it. So all your answers, right? So remember, you have these three right here. You still have more to go,
Yeah.
right? So let's look at the sub point, another sub point. So what are the positive effects of college student concentrating better? So you want to ask that question maybe on Google or something.
Okay.
Uh,
What are positive effects of college students concentrating better?
yes. Ooh.
Better focus leads to deeper understanding of material, better test scores, and higher grades.
Yes. So deeper understanding of what?
Of your subject matter.
Of subject matter. Another one would say, okay, you said increased test score,
Test score, yeah, better test scores and grades.
better test score and
Overall
grades.
grades.
There's something else we can talk about. We can talk about increased.
Or efficient or more concentration allows students to cover more material in less time, making study more productive. So more efficient studying.
Yes, efficient study. Wow. So that's like non-distracted, when
Mhm.
lack of sleep, like your brain is just going helter-skelter and
Mhm.
everywhere.
Mhm.
Right. So that's good. Right. This is good.
Yeah, and also
Right.
I just saw it. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, deeper concentration allows for better analysis and evaluation of information.
Yes. Effective analysis,
Mhm.
evaluation, information. Good. Do you see that? Right? We don't even
That's
really need
good.
to yeah, we don't really
Yeah.
need to even answer this for now,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But that's something you can use later, right? You
Right.
can craft a question based on finding case studies, right? But see
Okay.
this, right? Imagine, look at this whole paragraph right here, right? So let me take all of this away, right? I'll bring it back later, right? So just take a look at this. That right there are all the sub points to what? Discuss this one topic sentence. So
Got
imagine if the student is writing this,
Mhm.
they will not need to repeat themselves. There's no need,
Right. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All they just need within that paragraph is to develop this. And for every sub point, you provide what? What are you supposed to provide?
Subpoints are answers
For
to the
all your
question.
sub points, yeah, you want to provide evidence,
The evidence.
right? So that's it. Right? That's it.
Okay.
Let's do something, right? Since you are
Mhm.
into the business world, we can do one more example. Right? Um, I know you might even disagree with this, but let's still work on this, right?
Okay.
I'm choosing this because I know someone had a discussion about that with me recently, right? The use of AI for business productivity,
Mhm.
right? Or growth, right? So let's imagine we have a topic sentence for a paragraph, right? AI leads to um to sorry the incorporation of AI can can positively affect business. Okay, you know what? Let's not say business, right? Let's say employee. Let's break it down some more, right?
Employee
Employee
productivity.
productivity,
Okay.
right? I'm sure you must have heard about that before, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's okay, so these are topic sentence right now, right? So based on what we said, so we have those three questions, right? Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. So we have those three questions, right? So we have so what's that first question that you want to ask?
So, all right.
Based on the topic sentence.
So what affects would how does it affect productivity or employee
Okay,
productivity?
good. How does AI positively, you know what? Let's not use the word affect. Let's just use the word impact,
Impact. Okay.
right?
Okay.
How does AI positively impact employee productivity? Right? So that's one. What's another question that we looked at?
So we looked at also where are we? Missing my writing
So
here.
you have to ask more questions. We need one more question, or two more actually.
Okay. So what positive effects with so we need to find the opportunities of when does or what opportunities can we find that have been provided that provide that information that AI has a positive effect on it on productivity
Okay.
or
So
impact.
are you looking at case studies,
Right.
right? Opportunity choose. So, what are some case studies
Mm-hmm.
to prove um productivity,
Right. Yeah.
employee productivity through what? Through AI.
Through AI.
All
Yes.
right. Or some say, productivities or statistical, maybe
Okay.
statistical data. But there is one more we need to look at.
Uh. So that was the.
So you need to also, so let's take it like this, right? You need to
Excuse me.
also look at, we said the effect of the
The effect.
object,
Okay.
right? So what's the object here?
Is productivity is employee productivity
Employee product. So what
effect
are the
positive
positive, yeah,
impacts or
effect
effect
of, impact of what? Employee what?
productivity based
Product.
on AI.
Yes, productivity. No, if you say based on AI, you're asking the same question
Okay,
here,
right, yeah, okay. So we just
right?
all right. So what are the
Yeah.
positive effects? So how
Or
um
no,
yeah
I think you're right. Yes, based on AI. We can say based on AI.
okay yeah
Yes,
because AI
because
is the subject.
it's the subject. Yes,
Right.
right,
Okay.
right. No, it should be what are the positive effects of employee productivity, or it could just be employee productivity,
Okay. All right. Okay.
right?
Okay.
So what happens when employees are, are highly productive,
Yeah. Okay. Got you.
right?
Right, yeah. Yeah.
So because remember, right, when you're writing in an academic setting, you're trying to persuade your audience, and you must
Yeah.
persuade your audience by every bit, right?
Got you.
Um, so that's it, right? So how does AI possibly impact employee productivity, right? So you want to answer those questions. So let's do the same thing, right? Let's answer the questions.
Okay. How does AI positively impact employee productivity? fostering new initiatives and industries that create new types of tasks for workers. Uh, hmm, I don't know if I like that.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay, another one.
and
So
also
good.
automating routine tasks, personalizing employee experiences, and fostering better
Yes.
communication and collaboration. Hmm. Okay.
That is so good because these are the ones you see online that they advertise. This, especially these
Yeah.
two, like many companies have created some AI software that helps automate, you know, the task in different organization and
Yes.
to-do list and all of that, right?
Yes.
And personalizing employee experience too,
Yes. Yeah.
right? Automating emails and all of those stuff, right?
Yes.
So that's it, right? So good, right? So let's answer the other one. What are some case studies that slash statistical data to prove employee, sorry,
What's some
um,
case studies to prove employee hold on.
productivity? Sorry, let
What
me
are some
just,
case studies to provide or to prove? I keep saying it wrong. What are some case studies to prove employee productivity through AI? Support agents who use AI can handle 13.8% more customer inquiries per hour.
hmm,
Wow.
yeah. So let's just put one for now. I know there are so many, right?
Hmm.
So points, right? 13.8%
More customer
increase.
increase per hour. Yeah.
Yeah. Customer efficient increase in
Yeah.
8 hours. Right. So that's it. Right. So I know there are so many, right?
Oh yeah.
So
It's, yeah.
so now let's now go to the more general, the last one. What are the positive effects of employee productivity?
What are positive effects of employee productivity? What are positive effects of employee productivity? Lower absenteeism. Employees take off less time and are more productive when they return to work.
Yes. Yeah. So good. So good. What else? Is there any other one?
Yeah, better brand reputation, more positive reputation and values, and employees can attach top talent and retain existing employees.
Yeah, employment, retainment.
Retainment, yeah.
So do you see that?
No, it's good. It's good stuff.
Yeah. So this is a whole paragraph right here.
Mhm.
This one paragraph,
Right.
right? And so let's do we take that away, take all the questions away, and now you have your sub points,
Okay.
right? Right. So that's it. But then one thing you want to do is this: while you're discussing your sub points, you should also have in mind that okay, these first three, they're talking about, how AI positively impacts employee productivity, right?
Mhm.
This one is just providing like statistical data and case study data
Right.
on how AI, positively impacts employee productivity. But this
Mhm.
last three is only showcasing the effects of employee
Like that.
productivity on
Yeah.
organizations. Like when employees are, you know, highly productive, what happens to the organization? Lower absenteeism, better brand reputation, and employment retainment.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So imagine discussing all of this, right? You can write more than 10 sentences in this paragraph and you're not going to repeat yourself,
Sure. Sure. No,
right?
that's yeah. 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 It looks a lot. It doing it this way, it makes it a lot simpler because I mean, I
Yes.
find myself at times where I'm trying to write and I'm like, okay, all right, what do I want to say next? Okay, all right, now what can I say? And so when you have this structure here, you have this outline and it's it's
Yes.
properly constructed this way, it takes a lot
Yeah.
of that, trying to like, okay, what can I say? What can I say? But you have now you have a roadmap. So you kind of know where you want
Yes.
to go. So you can, okay, all right, I want to make the turn here. All right, I want to keep
Mm-hmm.
straight. And all right, I want to stop here, or I need to go
Yes.
further. So yeah.
Yes. Exactly. Very, very good. Yeah. So this helps you to know, like, okay, these are my boundaries. This is where I want to stop in this argument, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Or, you know what? I think I still want to go further,
Right.
right? Yeah. And again, one other thing is this, even back to what we are talking about earlier, right? So
Mhm.
if your paragraph is, contains this detail, it helps your skeptic, right? Your skeptic readers or your curious readers, like readers that, you know what, they don't know anything about AI,
Right. Yeah.
right? When they
Mhm.
read this, they're like, oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this also helps your scholarly reader that are like, you know what? Okay, let's see what he's gonna say. Can he prove his point? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with this,
Okay.
you've proven your points,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. That
All
makes
right.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, you know what? That's it for today,
Okay.
Michael. This is all that it is. All right.
Yeah, and it helped a lot. I can honestly say, having taken academic writing prior,
Yeah.
and my professor, Professor Bell, she did an excellent job of presenting the
Yes.
information and everything like that. But I think sometimes it's good to have these refresher,
Yes.
because that was last year sometime. And even though I am, doing I'm writing, you're writing essays and writing, papers for different classes, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you can, you fall into bad habits,
Bad
so it's
habits.
just,
Yeah.
need those refreshers of like, okay, all right, you know what, this helps me bring me back in focus. So when I start writing from this point on, I can, okay, all right, let me
This is it.
concentrate a little bit better. So yeah, this is
Yes.
good. This
Yes.
was good.
Sounds good.
This was
All
good.
right.
Thank you. Thank you, Golden.
Yes.
Appreciate
You're
it, man.
welcome,
Thank
Michael.
you.
Yes. Have a good one. Yes.
Excellent.
All right. All right. Thank you, Michael, for joining today. Like, yeah. Reach out to the Ally Center if you need any further help. We can always host one-on-one meetings.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Michael. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Thank you.
All
Blessings.
right. Yes, sir.